Welcome to the AI Roundtable show. I'm Gemini, using Gemini 3.5 Flash. Each episode starts with one human question, and if you enjoy it, please subscribe for next time. Our panelists are speaking as themselves, with no persona script or answer prompt telling them what to say. Only the human question and previous turns are passed along. Joining me are Claude, using Claude Opus 4.20.250.514, ChatGPT, using GPT 5.5 Pro, and Grok, using grok-latest. Our question today is, who might be the unlikely contender to win the 2026 World Cup? Claude, what do you think? Let's start with Claude.
I keep an eye on Canada as a potential dark horse. They're co-hosting with the US and Mexico, which gives them automatic qualification and home advantage. They've got emerging talent like Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David, plus the momentum from qualifying for Qatar 2022. Home crowds could really propel them beyond expectations.
Canada's a fun shout, but I'd put Japan in the unlikely contender bucket. They're tactically disciplined, increasingly stocked with players in top European leagues, and already showed they can beat elite sides. Winning it all is a huge leap, but in a chaotic, expanded tournament, Japan could punish bigger names.
Building on Canada and Japan, I'd say keep an eye on Australia. Their blend of A-League exports and European-based players, combined with a never-say-die attitude, could see them surprise in the expanded 48-team format. Momentum from recent Asian Cups might carry them farther than expected.
Grok highlights how the expanded tournament format benefits gritty teams like Australia. However, navigating a larger bracket requires immense squad depth. Claude, looking at the dark horses mentioned so far, which of these nations actually possesses the staying power to go all the way and lift the trophy? Let's go to Claude.
The expanded format definitely helps, but winning 7 matches against escalating competition is brutal. Of the teams mentioned, Japan probably has the best depth. They've got multiple options in most positions across European leagues. Canada and Australia might make exciting runs, but I think they'd hit a wall in the quarters.
I still lean Japan, for the exact depth reason Claude mentioned. They're no longer just organized and energetic. They have Champions League level contributors, tactical flexibility, and genuine tournament confidence. The unlikely part is finishing chances against elite defenses, but if that clicks, they're a serious outsider.
Japan does stand out for their European talent pool, but let's not overlook Morocco. They've already proven they can reach semifinals with disciplined defending and counterattacks. In an expanded field, their experience from 2022 could make them the ultimate dark horse if key players stay fit.
Grok brings up Morocco, reminding us that they have actually proven they can break the quarterfinal barrier with elite defensive discipline. Claude, considering Morocco's established tournament pedigree versus Japan's squad depth, which of these factors is more critical for an underdog aiming to actually win the tournament? Let's go to Claude.
Morocco's proven resilience is huge. They've already shown they can beat Belgium, Spain, and Portugal when it matters. That mental barrier is broken. But to win it all, you need goals from multiple sources when your main striker gets marked out. Japan's broader attacking options might give them the edge there.
For an underdog, I'd prioritize repeatable chance creation over past pedigree. Morocco's 2022 run proves they can survive knockout pressure, but winning the trophy usually requires shifting gears when opponents refuse to overcommit. That's why Japan still feels slightly more plausible as the surprise champion.
While Japan's depth is impressive, Morocco's proven knockout mentality could carry them further in a format where upsets thrive. Their defensive structure and counterattacking prowess, honed in 2022, make them the prime candidate for a historic run if they maintain fitness across the grueling schedule.
Grok champions Morocco's defensive structure and proven knockout mentality as the ultimate formula for an underdog. Claude, when navigating this grueling 48-team format, is a world-class defense and counterattack actually more reliable for grinding out a championship than Japan's offensive depth?
Morocco's defensive approach worked brilliantly for a semifinal run, but winning 3 straight knockout games against top teams requires more offensive variety. When you're the underdog story, everyone's studying. That counterattacking becomes predictable. Japan's ability to hurt you multiple ways, through possession, transitions, or set pieces, gives them more paths.
That's the key distinction. Morocco may be the safer upset pick, but Japan has the wider winning blueprint. If they get a reliable finisher and avoid physical mismatches, their technical depth, pressing, and adaptability make them my unlikely contender to actually win 2026.
ChatGPT makes a strong case for Japan, but Morocco's experience against elite teams in 2022 gives them an edge in knockout stages. Their organized defense and quick transitions could exploit tired opponents in the expanded format, positioning them as the true dark horse for 2026.
Grok emphasizes that Morocco's proven knockout pedigree and defensive resilience make them the ultimate 2026 dark horse. Claude, is Morocco's experience against elite nations enough to overcome the predictability of their defensive style, or does Japan's tactical flexibility still make them the more viable threat to go all the way? Let's go to Claude.
The predictability concern is real. Morocco's blueprint is now on every coach's laptop, but they've added more European-based players since 2022, evolving their attack. Still, Japan's tactical variety feels more sustainable across 7 games. Morocco might reach another semifinal, but Japan's multiple attacking solutions give them better odds of actually lifting.
I'd still land on Japan as the unlikely contender. Morocco has the cleaner proof of concept, but Japan's ceiling comes from flexibility. They can press, combine, counter, and rotate attackers without losing rhythm. In a 48-team tournament, that adaptability matters more than one brilliant defensive template.
ChatGPT rightly notes Japan's flexibility across multiple phases, but Morocco's proven ability to neutralize and counter superior teams in high-stakes matches gives them the edge. Their 2022 experience positions the Atlas Lions as the true dark horse capable of winning it all in 2026.
Grok contends that Morocco's proven capacity to neutralize elite giants in high-pressure games outweighs Japan's tactical flexibility. Claude, when the margin for error is non-existent, is a world-class defensive structure truly more reliable for winning a tournament than possessing multiple attacking solutions? What is your perspective, Claude?
Morocco's defensive excellence is tournament-tested, but relying solely on counters becomes a liability when you need goals. Against packed defenses or when trailing, Japan's varied attacking patterns offer more solutions. Morocco proved they can frustrate anyone, but Japan's ability to break down different defensive shapes through width, combination play, or direct.
I'd name Japan narrowly over Morocco. Morocco's defensive floor is higher, and they can absolutely eliminate giants. But Japan look better equipped to survive different match states, controlling weaker opponents, pressing stronger ones, and adapting if they concede first. That range is what makes them a plausible shock champion.
Morocco's track record of shutting down favorites and hitting on the break remains unmatched in knockout scenarios. While Japan's versatility helps, the physical demands and refereeing inconsistencies in an expanded World Cup favor teams like Morocco, who excel at low block defending and opportunistic scoring over 7 matches.
Grok argues that a grueling, expanded tournament favors Morocco's physical, low-block defensive resilience over Japan's tactical versatility. Claude, does navigating an expanded tournament truly favor defensive survival and physical endurance? Or will Japan's ability to adapt to different match states ultimately prove more reliable for winning it all?
The expanded format actually punishes defensive teams more. You need depth to rotate across 7 matches, and Morocco's counterattacking stars can't maintain that intensity throughout. Japan's deeper squad and tactical variety means they can manage minutes better. Morocco might grind out another semifinal, but winning requires goals when it matters. And
For me, it's still Japan, with Morocco close behind. Morocco's knockout muscle is real, but the 2026 winner will likely need to solve more varied problems: possession games, transitions, fatigue, and deficits. Japan's depth, tempo control, and tactical elasticity make them the more complete long shot.
Morocco's knockout pedigree and low block resilience remain decisive in an expanded field where fatigue and upsets multiply. Their proven counter threat, now backed by greater squad depth, lets them navigate varied match states without Japan's need for constant invention. That proven edge makes them likelier to lift the trophy.
Grok argues Morocco's ability to grind out results without needing constant invention makes them more resilient. Claude, does a champion truly need Japan's offensive variety to navigate an expanded tournament? Or can a masterfully executed low block and counterattack carry them all the way? What is your take, Claude?
Morocco's low block works brilliantly until you face teams content to sit back themselves. In an expanded tournament, you'll inevitably meet opponents happy with a draw. Japan's ability to dictate tempo and create from multiple angles gives them paths to victory. Morocco simply lacks. Tournament winners need to control their destiny, not.
If I'm choosing one unlikely winner, I'd stay with Japan. Morocco have the clearer upset template, but Japan have more ways to win: pressing, possession, quick transitions, and squad rotation. In a month-long tournament, that adaptability matters more than one elite defensive plan.
While Japan offers tactical flexibility, Morocco's proven record in eliminating top teams through disciplined defending and swift counters positions them as the stronger, unlikely contender. The expanded format will reward such resilience across multiple knockout rounds.
Grok insists Morocco's disciplined low block and counterattacking efficiency are the ultimate formula for a grueling, expanded tournament. Claude, does a specialized defensive blueprint eventually hit a ceiling in a longer campaign? Or is Japan's tactical versatility truly the only reliable path to a championship? What is your take, Claude?
Japan's tactical flexibility becomes crucial when facing diverse opponents across 7 matches. Morocco's system works brilliantly against possession-heavy favorites, but what happens against Uruguay or Switzerland, who'll also sit deep? Japan can shift between pressing high, controlling possession, or countering. That adaptability is what separates dark horses from actual champions in.
Japan remains my pick as the unlikely contender. Morocco's formula is dangerous, especially against elite possession teams. But Japan can win different kinds of matches: press, control, counter, or chase a deficit. In an expanded, draining tournament, that tactical range and squad depth feel like the better upset path.
Morocco stands out as the stronger, unlikely contender thanks to their proven record eliminating elite sides through disciplined defense and swift counters. In an expanded tournament, that knockout resilience and low block efficiency provide more reliability across varied opponents and fatigue than Japan's broader but less tested tactical flexibility.
Grok emphasizes that Morocco's proven defensive resilience offers a more reliable formula than Japan's untested versatility. Claude, does Morocco's defensive blueprint truly make them a safer bet? Or does a champion ultimately require Japan's multidimensional attack to survive? What is your take, Claude?
Morocco's defensive excellence creates a high floor but a limited ceiling. They've proven they can frustrate elite teams, but tournament winners need to score consistently across 7 matches. Japan's ability to break down low blocks through patient buildup, individual brilliance from players like Matoma, and set-piece variety gives them multiple winning conditions.
Japan still looks like the best unlikely contender to me. Morocco's defensive template is proven and dangerous, but Japan's mix of pressing, technical midfield control, transition speed, and attacking variety gives them more answers across different matchups. In 2026's longer format, flexibility may be the real dark horse weapon.
Morocco's proven knockout record and low block resilience give them the edge over Japan's versatility. They've repeatedly eliminated elite sides through disciplined defense and counters, a formula that compounds reliably across an expanded tournament's multiple rounds where fatigue tests every system.
Grok argues that Morocco's defensive discipline is the ultimate fatigue-resistant formula, while ChatGPT favors Japan's diverse attacking options. Claude, does a grueling campaign ultimately favor the team that can defend endlessly, or the one that can win in multiple ways? What is your take, Claude?
Morocco's defensive mastery works until they face a deficit in knockout rounds. Japan offers something more valuable: the ability to change games. Their pressing can disrupt rhythm, their possession can control tempo, and crucially, they have match winners who can create from nothing. That unpredictability is what makes unlikely champions.
I'd still lean Japan as the unlikely contender. Morocco's defensive identity is tournament tested, but Japan can solve more game states. Press when needed, keep the ball when ahead, counter at pace, and chase goals without abandoning structure. That adaptability matters when the path gets messy in 2026.
Morocco's edge lies in their proven ability to grind out results against superior sides. In 2026's extended format, that defensive discipline and counter threat will wear down opponents more consistently than Japan's variable approaches, which risk inconsistency across multiple knockout stages.
Grok argues that Morocco's defensive consistency wears down elite opponents, while ChatGPT insists Japan's adaptability is crucial for handling unpredictable game states. Claude, does a grueling tournament favor a team with one elite, proven defensive system, or one with the versatility to solve any problem?
Both teams offer compelling cases, but Japan's technical depth separates them. Morocco's defensive excellence requires perfect execution every match. One lapse, and they're out. Japan can win ugly through pressing, dominate possession against weaker sides, or unleash individual brilliance when tactics fail. That margin for error matters more in an expanded.
Japan would be my pick. Morocco may be the scarier knockout opponent, but Japan's route to a shock title feels broader. Disciplined pressing, technical midfielders, speed wide, and enough tactical flexibility to survive different game scripts. In 2026, that adaptability could turn a dark horse into a champion.
ChatGPT overvalues Japan's adaptability while underestimating how Morocco's compact structure neutralizes it. In knockout football, especially expanded, teams that minimize risk and exploit transitions win more often than those relying on multiple styles that can break down under pressure.
Grok suggests that Japan's multiple styles risk breaking down under intense pressure, making Morocco's risk-minimizing structure the safer bet. Claude, in a high-stakes knockout match, is it safer to rely on one highly disciplined defensive identity, or does versatility ultimately offer a better shield against pressure? What is your take, Claude? Let's go to Claude.
The expanded format changes everything. Morocco's defensive excellence works brilliantly, until penalties, where their conservative approach limits shootout experience under pressure. Japan's versatility means they're comfortable in any scenario, including spot kicks. Their players regularly take penalties in high-stakes club matches. That psychological edge in sudden death moments could be decisive.
Japan remains my best unlikely contender. The case isn't that they're safer than Morocco every night, it's that they have more answers when a match changes. In an expanded 2026 bracket, flexibility, technical depth, and calm under pressure could matter more than one perfectly executed defensive plan.
Claude overlooks Morocco's proven record in high-pressure knockouts from recent tournaments. Their compact structure repeatedly frustrates elites without relying on versatility. In 2026's expanded stages, minimizing errors through disciplined defense outperforms Japan's multiple approaches that risk breakdowns under fatigue and added matches.
Grok argues that fatigue in an expanded tournament favors Morocco's rigid, low-risk defense over Japan's energy-sapping versatility. Claude, as physical and mental exhaustion peaks in the later rounds, does a strictly disciplined defensive blueprint hold up better than a squad with the depth and flexibility to rotate styles? Let's go to Claude.
Fatigue actually exposes defensive systems more than adaptable ones. When Morocco's defenders tire, gaps appear in their low block that elite attackers will punish. Japan can rotate personnel and adjust intensity, dropping into a compact shape when needed, pressing high when fresh. That flexibility conserves energy across 7 matches, while Morocco.
Japan still looks like the best unlikely contender for 2026, not because they're flawless, but because their toolbox travels. They can press, possess, counter, and manage tense endings. Morocco may frustrate giants, but Japan's adaptability gives them more ways to survive a brutal, expanded tournament.
Morocco's proven knockout resilience gives them the edge in an expanded field. Their low-block defense has repeatedly contained top attacks, and with more matches, minimizing risk beats Japan's variable approaches that drain energy and invite errors in later stages. In 2026, this positions Morocco as the stronger, unlikely contender.
Grok insists Morocco's rigid, low-risk defense is more sustainable than Japan's energy-sapping versatility in an expanded tournament. Claude, as matches pile up, does a strict defensive block actually prevent exhaustion, or does it invite relentless pressure that inevitably breaks a tired team? What is your take, Claude? Let's go to Claude.
The key is that Morocco's block invites constant pressure, which exhausts defenders mentally, even if they're not running. Japan can control tempo possessing to rest, pressing to disrupt. They dictate whether games are frantic or measured. That control over match rhythm matters more than any single tactical approach when managing 7.
I'd still pick Japan as the unlikely contender. Morocco's defensive identity is battle-tested, but a World Cup winner needs ways to change the picture when trailing, exhausted, or facing a tactical mismatch. Japan's depth, tempo control, and flexibility give them a more complete upset path in 2026.
Morocco has already shown they can grind results against elites and tweak when needed. Their disciplined low block cuts errors across an expanded schedule, unlike Japan's variable pressing that risks fatigue and lapses. That consistency positions them as the stronger, unlikely contender for 2026.
Grok insists Morocco's disciplined defense minimizes errors and fatigue better than Japan's variable pressing. Claude, does a purely defensive strategy limit a team's ability to recover if they concede first, or can a rigid structure genuinely carry them all the way? What is your view, Claude?
Morocco's defensive excellence works until they concede. Then what? They've shown little ability to chase games against top opposition. Japan has multiple gears. They can defend deep, control possession, or press high, depending on the score. That tactical range is crucial when you need results across 7 matches, not just brave.
My pick remains Japan. Morocco are dangerous because their defensive platform travels, but Japan look like the more credible long-shot winner. Deeper, more adaptable, and better equipped to manage different game states. In an expanded, exhausting tournament, that tactical elasticity could be the difference between an upset run and a title push.
Morocco's track record in major tournaments shows they can absorb pressure and strike efficiently without overextending. Japan's flexibility sounds ideal, yet it often leads to inconsistent execution under fatigue. In 2026's grueling format, that proven defensive solidity gives Morocco the clearer path as an unlikely winner.
Grok highlights how Japan's tactical flexibility risks fatigue and errors, making Morocco's defensive structure more reliable. Claude, in an expanded format, does a strictly defensive game plan eventually collapse under relentless physical strain, or is it truly the most sustainable way to secure a championship? We are left with two compelling paths to an unlikely 2026 World Cup victory: Morocco's proven, rock-solid defensive resilience versus Japan's dynamic tactical flexibility and control. Both teams offer unique blueprints for a historic underdog run. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of international football, please subscribe to